Okay, the growth mindset. Math. Panthers. Math side. Speaking of sides, we got how many sides in this object here? Yeah, that's right. Front, back, top, bottom, left, right. That's 6. Top has a bottom 1 times 2. Front has a back 1 times 2. And left has a right 1 times 2. So we did 1 times 2, 3 times, and 2 times 3 is 6. Okay. Let's go. What's the surface area? Yeah, let's break it down. See it? Break down the boxes. You ever see that Geico commercial? You're going down to the recycling center. Thanks, Martise. Okay, so we broke this box down, and this is what it looks like. This is one way it could look like. We call that a net. All right, so we can use this net to help us. See, there's a front face, and that's a 2 by 3. How do you know that? Because here's a 3, here's a 3, here's a 2 up and down, but we laid it down on the ground, so now it's a 2. There it is. So that means that's a 3 as well. So we know, 3 times 2 is 6. Oh, ignore that alarm. We'll get back to that later. There's the bottom face. All right, 3 times 1. You know, because that's a 3, that's a 1. Okay, let's go. You guys are like, you guys got this. Here's the side, right side. And notice that this 1 on the bottom is the same as this 1 on the top here, right? So that means that you can say this is a 1 here, and this is a 1 in the bottom, 1 on the top, because we just laid it down, right? Here, look at this. This is the key right here. See, well, what's this face? How are you supposed to know that? Well, if you remember, this side here was connected to the front. The side was connected to the front, right? It's going to be, let's see if I can draw. My drawing tools are gone. It's because I don't have the right tools here. But anyway, you can see it's right here. This side right here. Okay. And so that's a 2, that's a 2. Well, see, we just slide that 2 over here. You know, that's a 2. If that's a 2, then that's a 2. There's the back. Okay. And the right side's the same as the left side. What's this? Well, that's the top. Isn't the top the same as the bottom? Yeah, it is. It is. So there you go. Add them all up. We have 2 3s, 2 6s, and 2 2s. And if I did my math correctly, it should be 22 feet squared. Quote of the day. No, week. Miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Ask baby Grogu, he knows. Or she, or I'm not sure what gender baby Grogu is. Maybe he just prefers other person. Okay, at any rate, it could be in it. I don't know. Okay, let's go. This is what's due this week. Now, it says due every week. We got to make a change in that. It's every 2 weeks now. Yay. It's a typo. I know how to spell 2. Every 2 weeks. So if you did it already from last week, you're good. If you haven't, well, you got another week to answer 15 questions. There we go. Here's what we're focusing on today. Here's the pages you can find it in your image of reference book. Determine the value of a rectangular prism with fractional side lengths. So you might know how to do what we just did at the top. We found the surface area, which is different than volume. Surface area is how much area is on the outside of it. Volume is how much space does it take up on the inside. Yeah. Oh, formulas are going to be so helpful here. Do you know these? Pause the video. Pause. So a bear walks in to a restaurant, right? And it goes up and says, I want to order to go. And says, oh, okay, what would you like? Says, I'd like a soda, diet soda, with let's just say Coke, or Pepsi, whatever you prefer. Just pretend like the bear said whatever your favorite beverage is, no matter what it is. It could be Crush, or soda, orange, but whatever. Okay, move on. Dr. Pepper, I don't know, root beer, whatever. Oh, he says, and says, and he says, okay, walks in. He says, I want a soda with extra ice. And then the person that says, making the order for him says, well, why the long pause? He holds up his paws and he goes, these? Oh, I was born with these. Okay, sorry. Did you press pause? I guess you probably did. So anyway, what's the red? The red goes with, I don't have my drawing tools, so we'll have to say red goes with, it could be number 1 or number 2. Yeah, area. It's not going to be 5 or 6 because that's volume. We're not doing volume. We're finding the surface area of red. What about the surface area of the orange ones? that could be only number 1. So that's why number 1, the A equals base times height, is the best way to go. What about the yellow? These are kind of in order, aren't they? That's number 3. Half of the base times height. Green? It's in order again. What do you know? All right, and then the blue is for what's inside of it. We're finding the volume of this one. And we're missing a kind of a blue shape. Maybe I should show you here, because that's more like a cube maybe, but it's also for any kind of rectangular prism, such as even like that. We can even turn it around. Copy, paste just for fun. Oops. It could be the Leaning Tower of Pisa. There we go. So this is when we're focusing mostly on today. Even though we're using length times width times height, we're really going to turn that length and width into something called the big B. You'll see what we mean when we get there. This is the big B, the base. See, the gray here is the same as the gray here. This is the top view. What is that base? It's a 3 by 2. 3 by 2. So what is the area of that? Well, that'll be our big B is length times width. That's going to be 6. 6 square units. That's our big B. Why do these alarms keep going off? Leave me alone. I'm trying to record a video, will you? I'm the one who said them, so I'm kind of yelling at myself there. How many cubes will it take to cover this gray area? Well, there's 1. Well, you can see here's the top view. See, it's green on top. 3, 4. Well, it's easy, right? 6 cubes, right? So 6 cubes, 6 cube units, right? Because that's a 1 by 1 by 1. That's why I call it a cube. It's got that 3 on it. I can't draw, but anyway. 1 unit cubed. There it is. There's the 3 I was talking about. That means cubed. There's a cube. It's a cube. Whoa. I can't move stuff around like Yoda. Yay. All right. I can't draw, but I can move. Cube units. So, by the way, the height of this is 1 unit. So, what would that's the volume. This is 6 units cubed. That's the volume of this object right here, this figure. But what if we change the height to 2 units? We just lay down another layer, right? So if that's 6 units cubed, we have another 6 units cubed. So that's 6 times 2. You could say length times width times height. But if we just kind of imagine this more as a base, it's going to be better for you conceptually as you go forward in your mathematical career and endeavors. And just, it's good for the brain, really. So take the big base times the height. That's what we're doing here. Oh, so what about if we take it to another level, literally? Another level. 3 units, whole nother level. Now we have a height of 3, which is doing 6 times 3. Right, 6 units squared times 3 units height equals 18 units cubed. So what do you think this is going to see the pattern? 6, 12, 18. What's going to be next? Or just, put another, lay down another 6. 20, whoop, there it is, 24. 5, 30, 6 times 6, 36, 6 times 7, 42, and so on. What about partial side length? See, this is with our, if you remember, go back here to our learning goal. Yeah, our target. By the way, I think it was Shang-Chi where I watched where they said you can't hit a target you don't aim for, or you can't, something like that. It's so pithy and so cool, and I can't remember how to say it. It has to do with her, one of the main characters at the end of the movie when she's learning how to. Aquafina is the character is the actress who plays that character, where she's learning how to shoot bow and arrows, and somebody says something and you can't. It's kind of like you miss all the shots you don't take. Oh, here it is. Speaking of shots that I'm missing, with fractional side lengths. So this is really where we're taking it to the next level. You probably learned how to do this, what we already covered here in 5th grade, or at least you were supposed to. Now let's take it to another level with fractional side lengths. Oh no, not fractions. They're not. They're our foes. We got to turn fractions into our friends. You can do it. You have the power. So what's the area of this base? All right. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can see 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 holes. But then what do you have left? 2 halves. So this isn't too bad, right? Because you just put them together. The area is 5 units squared. Not too shabby, right? Or you could do it like this, 2.5 times 2. If you're not using the visual, what's 2.5 times 2? It's still going to be 5 units squared. And I can't draw right now, but you would have to sort of maybe convert this into an improper fraction, whatever. Or you can say, well, 2 times 2 is 4, and half times 2 is 1, and 4 plus 1 is 5. So, you know, there's ways around this. So it's just like this. Boom, 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 boom. What do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this makes a whole nother, this makes 5. So what we're doing here is we're taking that base. What if we have a height of 2? That's a height of 1. Height of 2? 10. Oh, another alarm. I think that might be the last one. Sorry, guys. All right, not really sorry, Reese's. What about 4? Height of 4. Oh, what would it be? Well, 5, 10, 15. Lay another one down. It'd be 20 and so on. Ooh, whole nother level. What if you have 2.5? Height 2.5. I think you can count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But what's this little thing right here? You probably know it already, don't you? I bet you do. Think about it. You can do it. Pause the video anytime. Feel free. Just make sure you come back. Like, no way. I'm stopping this video. I'm out of here. I don't need that. Yeah, maybe you do. I don't. Maybe you don't. Whatever. Let's go. Ooh, there's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then here's another 2 halves, which makes 6, right? And then what's this? What's this little tiny blue thing right there? That's half of a half. What's half of a half? Here's one way to look at it. Half. Oh, another alarm. I'm so sorry. Gosh, that's just the instinct to say sorry. I beg your pardon. There it is. So what is that? That's half of a half. That is 1/4. Another way is the pie version. Circle. I call it pie because I'm hungry for pie right now. I haven't had breakfast. I don't know about you, but it's hard to work without breakfast. Or coffee. You wouldn't think it because I'm pretty hyper at the moment. At least I seem that way. But I get that way sometimes when I'm nervous. And I'm in a weird place right now in a different room without all my usual stuff and making excuses. No excuses. Okay, let's go. Ooh, not responding. You guys don't know what it's like when people don't respond to you, do you? Okay, that's supposed to kind of be a joke about my emails, but I'm getting on top of that. We got another teacher for you, so that'll help. And also the testing situation is getting much more doable in a way that I'm going to have more time to get on top of things. So hang in there, everybody. All right, total area of the base is 6 1/4. See, because we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then this is a 4th. Yay! I mean, you could do 2.5 times 2.5. Right? I think I do. Oh, here we go. I'm breaking it down here, which is 5 halves, turning proper fractions, which is 25/4, which ends up being 25 divided by 4. 25 divided by 4 is 6, and then you see what's left. You have a remainder of 1. You put the remainder on top, and the divisor on the bottom, and you get 6 1/4 the same way. That's how it goes. Unit squared. All right. Now, this, of course, when you put this together like this 4 in. That's actually 5, and then you have 1 and a 4th. You get 4, 5, 6, and 1/4 cubes, right? So that's the area of the base, but that's also, when you times it by the height, that's 6 1/4 cubes. That's one layer. So what if the height of 2? Let's drop it down, 6 1/4. Now you could say times 2, 6 1/4 times 2. Or you could just add 6 1/4 plus 6 1/4, and you're going to get 12 1/2, right? 4th plus a 4th is a half. It's actually 2/4, but 2/4 is equal to 1/2, right? Okay, so 12 1/2, add the 6 and the 6. Or you could just multiply 6 1/4 times 2 and get that the same way. Okay. Yay! Next, what about height 3? Just add them up again. You can say, 6 1/4 times 3, and do the math. Or you can say 6 plus 6 plus 6 is 18. 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 is 3/4. Oh, that's nice. Remember, unit cubes. These are cubes. That's a fraction lengths of cubes. Here's the problem. Stop your video. Give it a shot. Give it a try. Rectangular prism has a length of 3.5 feet, a width of 4.5 feet, and a height of 8 feet. What is the volume of this prism? Simplified, mixed number, or decimal. I think that's what it asks you to do in the assignment. However, if you're taking the FSA, I think you could put the answer in any way you want. As a mixed number, improper fraction, even decimal. I don't even think it has to be simplified. I don't think they're going to ask you to simplify. But on the quiz for OMHS, I think they do. So let's see. There it is. There's the work. Base times height. These are the different ways you can do it. Pause the video. Same thing I just showed you. Did you get it? I knew you could do it. What about this one? rectangular prism has a length of 2.5 inches, a width of 3 inches, and a height of 1.5 inches. What is the volume of the prism? Enter your simplified mixed number or decimal. Pause the video. Don't make me tell bad dad jokes again about bears walking into restaurants. There it is. That's a way of doing it. This is one way of doing it, of course. There's many ways of doing it. But, hopefully this makes sense. Goodness gracious. Great balls of fire. All right. Last one, I think. Yep. Right rectangular prism has a length of, by right rectangular prism, they mean that it's not slanted. It's not like, doesn't have any parallelograms that are slanted. They're all, right angled. Because then that would be a different formula. Anyhow, 4.5 feet, width of 6.5 feet, height of 8 feet. And what is the volume of the prism? Don't forget to pause for the gods. By the way, Baby Yoda, does Baby Yoda have paws? Or are they called hands? What are they called? I don't know. I think the ears are still called ears. The eyes are still called eyes. The nose is called the mouth called mouth. The head called head. But these things here, I don't know if they're called hands. Good question. Because they do have claws kind of on them. If you have claws, aren't they called paws? Here it is. Base times height. Length times width times height, really. By the way, you don't always have to find the base first. Because if you're doing the math, sometimes it's easier to do like length times height and then by the width, or width times height and then by the length. So there's whatever order makes it easier to do the math. That's probably what you want to do. I just wanted to show you conceptually because this is going to help you when you get into things like cylinders and cones and all these other things. When you get like 7th, 8th, mostly I think 8th grade math. I think that's where that's going to happen. And when you think of it this way, conceptually, you'll be much better at things going forward for the rest of your career. And if you can build stuff in Minecraft one of these days, I'm going to get in there and build like these things. I cannot wait to do it, but these days it's just so crazy busy. Darn it. Do it now while you can, while you're young. Do 4 units by 3 units by a height of 5 units. Make a screencast showing multiple viewpoints. State the volume and get bonus points. And, maybe you can teach me how to do it, and I'll give you even more bonus points. All right. That's it.